who are present, other permanent secretaries from the various ministries, Your Excellency, Ambassador of China, Tai Q, Chi, pronounced properly, Tai Ken Chi, Commissioner of Police, I heard he's on his way, Custos Rollatorium of St. Thomas, the Honorable Marcia Bennett, Councillors of the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, Dr. Yao, Head of China Harbour for the Latin America, welcome. I knew you flew down yesterday to be here. Chairman and Head of Agencies, members of the Board of Factories Corporation of Jamaica Limited, our own management and staff of FCJ, members of the public and private sectors, members of the academia, members from our partners, China Harbour Engineering Company, members of the media, members of the entertainment industry, and other stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. What a beautiful day. Today is a beautiful day for a beautiful day. God is good? All the time. As the lyrics to Sam Cooke's song states, it's been a long time coming. But I know change is going to come. Change is coming for the people of St. Thomas. Economic change, social change, status change, and the many changes that takes place with prosperity. This development was announced by the Most Honorable Prime Minister in June 2017 after his guidance in the planning state months before. Since then, the Board of Directors and management of FCJ has been moving with a sense of urgency to ensure that the Martin Bay Urban Center becomes a reality in the shortest possible time. But most importantly, meeting the expectation of the residents of St. Thomas. Indeed, we are obliged to abide by the government of Jamaica's guidelines to ensure that there is transparency and accountability in everything that we do in a major development of this kind. It was a challenging period. Some approval took longer than expected. The result? Missed timelines for what is happening here today. But we are here, excited, ready and riled up to take on history in the making for one of the first, if not the first, urban center to be developed in Jamaica in over 40 years. It's been a long time coming, but let me announce that through this project, FCJ has created a joint venture agreement that many have described as game-changing to support the funding of this project. It's been a long time coming, but let me announce that this project has received the approval of the Public Investment Management Committee, PINC, which provides focus, coordination, and direction to improve public investment in Jamaica. It's been a long time coming, but let me announce that this project has received the approval of the Public Investment Management Secretariat, PINSEC, which has been established to streamline the preparation, appraisal, approval, and management of all government projects in Jamaica to ensure that the government receives value for money and over time sustain economic growth and development from each project that is implemented. It's been a long time coming, but let me announce that this project's joint venture agreement has received the approval of the Attorney General's Department. It's been a long time coming, but let me announce that this project has received the approval of the residents of St. Thomas. Big up the residents of St. Thomas. It's been a long time coming, but let me announce that this project has received the approval of a range of branded private sector businesses to do business here at this new urban center. It's been a long time coming, but let me announce that broadband technology will now be in St. Thomas to facilitate the development of the new urban center, facilitating the BPO industry that cannot come here without broadband. And we have the members, a great team from Liberty and Flow representing us here this morning to ensure that broadband will be in Jamaica, will be in Morant Bay. It's been a long time coming, but let me announce that this project has received the approval of Cabinet of the Land. And that is why we all know that change is going to come. Switching from Sam Cooke to our own Jimmy Cliff. We had many rivers to cross, but we are now seeing our way. God is good all the time. With the signing of the joint venture agreement between FCJ and China Harbour Engineering Company, we now have to establish a new company that will be responsible for the final engineering design, hydrology studies, and environmental studies, soliciting final approval from the appropriate government agencies, establishing site office, clearing of the site, construction of security fence, and to commence full construction thereafter. This is anticipated to take approximately 5 to 6 months. We at Factories Corporation of Jamaica are very excited for this game-changing development to impact the lives of the people of St. Thomas in particular and Jamaica in general. This old Goodyear factory will breathe new life into the St. Thomas economy with development of the Morant Bay Urban Center. The Morant Bay Urban Center will be a one-stop shop, housing both public and private sector entities such as the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, the Parish Court, in an area to be known as Justice Square for many reasons. Educational institutions, financial institutions, a conference center, a library, space for shopping, purpose-built manufacturing and industrial space, space for business process outsourcing, a supermarket, daycare center, museum, pharmacy, health center, space for small businesses operation, a host of branded food chains including KFC and Burger King, as well as a heritage park and a museum. A total of approximately 450,000 square feet of space will be built out at a cost of some 5 billion Jamaican dollars. All of this would not be possible without the support of our Honorable Prime Minister, who has been the designer and chief architect as the conceptual designs took shape. Our Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Audrey Swell, who has been a tower of strength during the planning process. Thank you, Pierce. The Ministry of Finance, who ensure that the development falls in line with fiscal prudence. JAMPRO and DBJ, who ensure that the project is aligned with government public-private partnership policies. PIMSEC and PIMC, who reviewed the viability of the project and gave approval for the project to proceed. The Attorney General's Chamber, who ensure that the joint venture agreement is one that protects the interests of the government and the people of Jamaica. The consultants who work to develop the financial model, provision of legal services, and the development of the feasibility and business plans. Mr. Brian Morris of Plexus Architects, who took our vision and articulated it in this fine architectural display that you are seeing on the screen, highlighting the contemporary design fused with the historical framing of the parish. I want to especially thank my board of directors and its investment and enterprise committee that displayed professional due diligence to review the unsolicited proposals and financial models that were presented to craft this development. And I'm just going to ask my board of directors to stand and be recognized, please. Along, Managing Director, please, Harbour. And most importantly, I want to thank our hardworking executive management team and staff. And a very special thanks to the Managing Director, Dr. Donald Farquharson, who worked tirelessly with myself. Please give him a round of applause. Who worked tirelessly with myself for many late nights and attended many, many meetings to seek and explain to the various government agencies this new concept of a joint venture agreement that was used. Last but by no means least, and most important to the development, our partner China Harbour Engineering Company, who give them a round of applause, please. Who presented a unique and game-changing unsolicited proposal with an investment model that allows Czech and FCJ to become equity partners in a development without government guarantees. To engage the development of this project, ladies and gentlemen, today is truly a beautiful day for a beautiful day. Stick with us on this journey as we create history, and this morning here our own Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, guiding us through his vision for implementation of a number of projects to make St. Thomas and Jamaica the mantra of economic growth and job creation in the new Jamaica that is emerging. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. A detailed description of what it will become. We continue with our series of remarks, and in recognition of the partnership of which you just heard, that joint venture agreement between Factories Corporation and China Harbour. Now we're going to invite the President of Czech for the Americas Division, Chairman Hu, Dr. Chairman Hu, to come forward.
The most honorable Prime Minister and the honorable Minister of Government and members of Parliament, the most honorable of the People's Republic of China, Ambassador Tian Qi, special invited guests, the members of press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my pleasure and honor, acting on behalf of China Harbour Engineering Company, to welcome you to this groundbreaking event for Mourne Bay Urban Center in this bright morning the beauty of the beautiful day. Thank you. Before I continue, however, allow me to use this opportunity to congratulate the successful signing of this agreement, as it is significant the first step towards the implementation of the project. I wish to thank all the entities and the persons who worked assiduously with China Harbour, such as Factory Corporation of Jamaica, like Price Waterhouse Corporation Consultant, the customers, and all the colleagues in FCJ and China Harbour, as we were deeply committed to working for the common development of Jamaica. China Harbour operates under the principle of high-quality service, careful management, win-win cooperation, and strive to build a bright future together with both local and international shareholders. This commitment to... Can I just interrupt
you for a minute?
Sure.
Prime Minister to enter.
Yes, so if
Right.
you're ready now.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so let us have a break to welcome the big man.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I invite you to stand as we welcome the Most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, Prime Minister. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We continue with the remarks from the President of Czech. Madam President.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you. The time you are coming, it makes my remarks so different. Thank you. Let me continue. As I commitment here, China Harbour would, and as it is, operate under the principle of high-quality services, careful management, win-win cooperation, and strives to build a brighter future together with local and international stakeholders. The commitment to the prosperity of our Jamaican friends is the long-standing goal, as it forms the basis of several